Welcome back. Well, I got the first window apart and I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. All the screws off that window, top and bottom, had points on them. So looks like this window's making me a fool, or my first one had some previous owner work done to it, or some factory screws that just didn't have some tips on them. But you may find the same thing, that one screw's flat and the other's not, but let's just keep an eye out for that in the future anyhow. She came apart pretty easy. We just gave, again, a little wiggle to the outside. You could see down here towards the bottom, they use a little bit of a silicone product, it looks like, to bond the corners together, maybe just to help everything to keep it nice and watertight or sound tight. I'm not sure, but we will try to replicate somewhat of the same thing here in the future. One note to make is that upon removing, and I noticed this on my first louvered window restoration, and helpful of putting back the seals, you can see the corner seal. What they did there is they cut the seal all the way down almost to through the first notch, but not through the second rib notch. It's really hard to see on the seal the ribs, but there's two ribs on the bottom, and they cut the first rib. That way you can make your 90-degree turn on that seal there. Another note to make is the old seals didn't appear to be connected, but this is the upper portion. The new seals are glued together, but we always want to make sure to keep that sealed section on the new seal on the upper part of the glass. So what we'll do in this next segment is I plan to break out the Windex, and I didn't show you, but you'll need a razor blade as well, a straight razor blade, and we'll Windex the window panes and clean the outside edge after removing the weather stripping around it. There's a lot of dirt, and to make sure we get a really good seal around that, we'll want to Windex the window, get any dirt off, and then we'll take the razor blade and follow it around that whole outside edge there of that dirt to make sure we get her nice and smooth, so when we reinstall the new seal, we get a really nice bond. So, and then what we'll want to do on each individual piece is we're going to start breaking out the buffing wheel to buff each individual piece nice and shiny. And hopefully in the next segment I'll show you the window that I've already done. It's my first Jalousie restoration that I've done. I was out there looking for some videos on how to do a Wolfsburg West seal kit installation, and I know there's one out there, but I just saw some people using some pretty rudimentary seals that were out there on the market for just other windows, and we want to use the most stock replacement as we could find, and it appears that Wolfsburg West kit has those seals. So stay tuned for more to follow. Thanks again.